So, obviously I love American comics, but I am also a manga fanatic. And it's no surprise that, like many other people, my gateway into the whole manga and anime thing was through a little show called Dragon Ball. I love the Dragon Ball series. I've read all the manga, I've watched all the shows, even the bad one. I've seen the bad movie. Yeah. But inspired by my recent binge reading of the Thor comics and my recent binge watching of Dragon Ball Super, it got me thinking, can the main character Goku lift and wield Thor's hammer Mjolnir? Well, let's find out. The first and easiest quality to figure out is if Goku is pure of heart. Luckily, we are explicitly shown that Goku checks out in the very first volume of Dragon Ball with his flying Nimbus, which, you guessed it, can only be ridden by someone pure of heart. Next up is one of the earliest qualifications that we've been explicitly told in the comics, having a noble mind. As a whole, I'd say that Goku meets this, considering that having a noble mind essentially means that he has moral principles and ideals. For example, Goku is extremely loyal and his friends are one of the most important things in his life. If they weren't, he wouldn't still be hanging around all these characters that he has physically surpassed. Goku is also a man of his word. I mean, the entire reason why he married Chi-Chi in the first place was because he accidentally agreed to it as a child. They were kids, and he still followed through. That's some serious commitment. As for his children, there is no doubt that Goku legitimately does care about his sons and their well-being, despite all the jokes and memes about not being a good dad. However, he won't be winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. Or ever. Now, I'm sure many of you guys are wondering why I'm picking these details to go over to prove Goku's noble mind. I mean, he fights for the Earth, right? After all, he says for himself that he is the protector of the innocent, the light in the darkness, the truth, and an ally to good. Well, I hate to break it to many of you, but that speech and a lot of Goku's character as a whole was changed in the Funimation dub of the anime. While Goku is a good person, he mostly saves lives because he wants to fight powerful opponents. In fact, one of the first times that we have ever seen Goku actually fight for something is when Krillin was killed by one of King Piccolo's minions. Goku's kind of like Ike. He fights for his friends. For the most part though, Goku is all about fighting strong dudes first and foremost. Good things just happen to come as a result of it. Kind of like reverse collateral damage. Despite this, if we absolutely had to label Goku with an alignment, he'd no doubt be neutral or chaotic good. He's a pretty normal, polite country guy in his own little world, and means well. So yeah, even without Funimation's Superman-esque interpretation of the character, Goku still has a noble mind, for the most part. As for a strong heart, I think that Goku is a good dude down to his core. Besides, he's just so damn naive and carefree to be anything less than a stand-up guy. That's thanks to the brain damage that Goku suffered as a child, undoing his violent Saiyan nature. This can be further proven by when Goku shook the hand of Shin, one of the Supreme Kais, who confirmed that Goku does in fact have a good soul. The next quality is the spirit of a warrior. The Saiyans are literally a warrior race. Fighting is in their blood, and every pure-blooded Saiyan that we've ever seen has lived for combat. Goku is no exception. No debate, let's move on. Now, I never mentioned this in my video about what makes someone worthy of Mjolnir, because in the hundreds of Marvel comics I've read, I have never seen any evidence of this being a requirement. However, the internet is convinced that it's a thing, so I might as well include it. Many speculate that one must be willing to kill in order for the hammer to deem you worthy. Well, if this were the case, then Goku would still qualify. Though he doesn't exactly like killing, Goku has done so in the past. We've seen this early on, with perhaps the best example being Goku's fight with King Piccolo. It's clear that Goku had every intention of killing the Demon King with that final blow. Though technically King Piccolo blew himself up, but even he admitted that he was done for, so intent to kill? Yeah, let's give it to Goku. One of the other qualities that's been explicitly stated is courage, but like, is there any debate here? Goku does not back down from a fight. He always takes on his opponents, even when they're stronger than him. Heck, He especially fights anybody who's stronger than him. If that's not courage, I don't know what is. Now, this is the only trait where Goku might be lacking: humility. Let's be real. Goku's sole motivation in life is training, fighting, and food. Not much else. He's incredibly cocky, but does show respect to those more powerful than him. However, as I stated in my previous Mjolnir video, humility was not an initial factor in worthiness, as the hammer was enchanted by Odin before Thor was banished to Earth for a lesson in being humble. Because of this technicality, I'm going to say that Goku meets this qualification because it wasn't one of the original required traits. If I'm going to be honest though, the main reason that I'm letting this slide is because the fanboys would eat me alive if I dare say anything remotely negative about Goku or Dragon Ball as a whole, even though I love the show to death. Trust me, I've read the Death Battle comments, and some Dragon Ball fans get way too pissy way too quickly. Speaking of, I was asked on Twitter if Goku could beat Superman with the power of Mjolnir, and honestly, I'm inclined to say yes. As many of you know, Superman does not have any sort of resistance to magic. He's not weak to it like kryptonite, but magic affects him just like anyone else. Mjolnir is a magical item, and would endow Goku with pure magical power. So it stands to reason that his own immense strength, plus that of Thor's, Goku could finally win. However, even though Goku could wield Mjolnir, he totally wouldn't do it. Seriously, outside of the power pole, Goku does not use weapons. Besides, Goku would most likely not want to gain power from an external object, since he's obsessed with growing stronger through training and combat. Oh, and if Mjolnir was on the battlefield during a fight between Goku and Supes, Superman can also totally lift it, so, you know, he could still get his ass kicked. I can't wait to see all the rage in the comments.
So, yeah, I definitely think that Goku's worthy. I mean, he pretty much meets every single qualification. Though it's unlikely that we'll ever see this done in any official sense, but then again, there was an officially done crossover between Attack on Titan and the Avengers, so I guess anything's possible. So I know we went over a lot of it in the video today, but if you're interested in finding out just exactly makes someone worthy, then I'd recommend watching my video on just that. It's a pretty good one, so I think you'll enjoy it.